Hello, and welcome to the Nebraska Department of Education School Safety video series. Today's topic is school safety and student success. Other topics in this video series include the climate connection, school climate data in action, school safety, it begins with us, the behavior bond, links to mental health, and optimization of youth voice. The videos in this series are anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes in length and are designed to be watched by school staff members as individuals or by school teams together. Also, the videos may be watched in order or non-sequentially, dependent upon school needs. My name is Heather Robbins, and I'll be your guide throughout this video series. Today's topic, school safety and student success. We hope that by the end of our short time together, you're able to consider the term student success, that you're able to describe the relationship between school safety and student success, and that you're able to determine some next steps for your campus. Success, what is that? According to Merriam-Webster, success is a favorable or desired outcome. And today, our focus specifically is student success. When you hear the term student success, what thoughts come to your mind? I'm going to encourage you to stop the video and take a moment to reflect. What thoughts come to your mind in regards to student success? If you're an individual, maybe you want to just jot some of those thoughts down for yourself. If you're in a team, in a room with a team, perhaps each individual should jot down their own thoughts first, and then you all share out amongst each other, looking for commonalities or new ideas in regards to the term student success. So please pause the video now and take a moment to reflect. Welcome back. Now I'm going to imagine whether you're an individual or whether you're in a room with a team of folks, that the thoughts that you came up with were broad and covered many components and dimensions. Perhaps some of your thoughts were in regards to academic and intellectual achievement, and maybe some of your thoughts were in regards to emotional development, social development, ethical development, physical development, and/or spiritual development. When we think student success anymore, it seems that our thoughts are much broader and holistic in nature. Now, for the sake of this video series, this time we're going to be particularly focused on academic achievement and intellectual development, simply because these vignettes are short and because in our other video vignettes, we've covered quite a bit of things that have to do with emotional, social, ethical development. So you'll find, if you wish, in youth voice, some emotional, social, ethical development. In the behavior bond, behavior, social, emotional development, and the same in mental health. So for today's sake and for our short time together, we're actually going to just focus in on academic achievement and intellectual development to begin with. Students who worry about their safety become distracted and unable to fully focus their attention on learning. Students who feel unsafe are less engaged in classroom activities. Students who feel unsafe at school have higher rates of absenteeism, thus impacting academic achievement, intellectual development, and all the other components on the previous screen. High schoolers who feel less safe at school have decreased learning potential. And an unsafe school has a negative effect on student achievement. In Baltimore, increasing perceived safety increased achievement on standardized test results for reading and math from 16 to 22%. There is a direct link between intellectual and academic achievement and school safety, as well as the other components of student success. Here are a few more thoughts for you to consider. A few data points related to student success that you may want to consider. These are from the Quaglia Institute My Voice survey in 2016, 48,185 students in grades 6 through 12 across 249 schools in 14 states. So I'd ask you to take a moment to look at the data points on the screen. While these data points are not directly linked to school safety, they are most certainly linked to student success. And if school safety and student success are linked, these data points also need to be important to us and something for us to consider. So now that we've taken a look at a few data points and a bit of the research on the relationship between school safety and student success, I'd like you to take a moment to write a one-line summary, one sentence. What summarizes your thoughts about the link between school safety and student success? Again, if you're an individual, write your sentence. If you're in a team, write your sentence personally and then share out amongst your team members. Please pause the video and write a one-sentence summary about your thoughts around school safety and student success and the link. Welcome back. I'm going to imagine that if you were in a school team, your one-sentence summaries prompted quite a bit of conversation. And I'm going to imagine, even if you were an individual, there were thoughts in your mind like, where do we go from here? What's next? How do we increase student success? Well, you know what? We increase safety. When we increase safety, we increase student success. How do we go about increasing safety? We are prevention. Here are some things we can do, and you will notice that there's a direct link here between the topics on the slide and the topics in this video series, because this video series is focused on prevention. We can work to improve school climate. We can ensure that youth are connected to adults because it begins with us. We can engage youth as partners in decision-making and optimize youth voice on our campus. We can put in place the supports that are needed for students on our campus, whether those supports are academic in nature, emotional in nature, behavioral in nature, or social in nature. We can increase student success. We can improve school safety. We are prevention on our campus. So what are the next steps for your campus in terms of ensuring school safety and student success? What next steps? Please consider. Take a look at the previous slide. Take a look at the video vignettes. Consider what your next steps for your campus are. There is a direct link between success and safety. So we hope that you considered the term student success, that you can describe the relationship between school safety and student success. For today's topic in particular, academic achievement and intellectual development, but the other components as well. And we hope that you spend some time determining some next steps for your campus. We look forward to seeing you at the next video vignette. Thank you for your time.